Right, it is first Sunday in January 2025. Had a bit of a cold spell. It's very mild for the next couple of days, then cool again, but nothing under -1, so not too cool. It is currently raining. I've still got the fleeces on, but we've got a couple of mild days, so I'm going to take them off in a little while and try and dry them out in the summer house. Get them dry, and we probably won't need them until we get another cold patch and -1. I'm not worried about covering things up for that. Like I say, it is very mild. We've got a temperature gauge here. Don't know if you can see that. It's saying 11.7, so nearly 12 degrees. It's 11 degrees tomorrow, then it drops down again sort of during the week to sort of 5 during the day and 0/-1 on several nights. So cool, but not frigidly cold, so I'm not too concerned about anything being wrapped up in fleeces, especially when it's wet like this. Yeah, I know a lot of the country, mainly further north or inland, have had a bit of snow. Obviously we didn't get any snow here. We do tend to miss that on the Suffolk coast here, but yeah, we're just getting rain instead. Right, so this morning I did nip out to Urban Jungle in Beccles. That's literally like 20 minutes down the road from me, because I did see that they were doing 25% off all plants. So I did do a short. I was in one of the polytunnels with the palm trees in, and I was really tempted with a Brahea armata, which are normally £599, or basically 600 quid. 25% off would make that 450, so 450 quid for a 6-foot Brahea armata is pretty good price. Very, very tempted, and I did give in to the temptation. So we've got it here, just outside the hothouse here, just because this does get good sun during the day, and it's close to the house, so it's quite sheltered. It gets wind, but it's sheltered from the worst of the cold. It don't really get frosty or icy here, and I can literally wrap the pot with bubble wrap and chuck a fleece bag over it if I need to. So there were several of these Braheas there, all very similar. This one specifically, I got just because of the fatness of the trunk. There were slightly taller ones. I am underneath my umbrella. Very stylish umbrella, but it's doing the job. Right, so yeah, we had a look around. I did get the odd other plant as well. Some of the plants were up to 50% off, but that was 25% off everything. So every time I've gone to Urban Jungle, I see these Braheas. I always fancied one, and at 600 quid, I think they're a fairly good price for something this size. But when they're 450, I couldn't resist it. So yeah, there were slightly taller ones with taller trunks, but this one had the meatiest trunk. I mean, literally it's taken up the whole pot. So I was quite impressed with that. And it did have the most fronds, albeit some of them are older fronds with a bit of wear and tear on them. But all the new growth is looking really good and healthy. It's pushing out 2 spears at once, and just a really good blue silvery colour with them castor palmate fronds. Just a really good looking palm. I couldn't resist it, and so it is going to change a couple of plans for next year where I was going to put certain things in the new centre bed, but I think I'll change for the better. And I've got to the stage now where I've been, I started off, we all say, oh yeah, it's nice to get small plants and palms and watch them grow, but sometimes you do want a bit of instant impact, and I've come to the stage now when you think, well, some palms are quite slow grown. I mean, I wouldn't even guess how old this palm is. At least I'd say 20 years plus, maybe even 30 years. You can't put a price on that, and for 450 pounds, I think, for me, just had to go for. So again, I am underneath the umbrella, but I do also have a ruler in my hands, just because I wanted to measure the width and the height of the trunk, just for my own personal interest, but I'll do it on camera anyway. So in the pot, and the pot is probably about 40 centimeters deep, but I will measure that as well. This is just a bit over 6 foot to the tips of the fronds, so again, good size. So it is raining, but not too hard, so I'll put the brolly down for a second, and we'll just do a couple of measurements around the trunk. Alright, so this is not quite a metre ruler, it's 90 centimetres, but we'll get the main gist. Alright, so the pot is 45 centimetres, so 1.5 foot deep. The trunk, so we're going to go to, we'll say about here, which is 50 centimetres, so 1 2/3 foot, so approaching 2 foot trunk. And the width, so try and get it in line there roughly, and in line roughly there, I don't know, about 44 centimetres. So again, 1.5 foot. Obviously it's been in this pot for a while, and it's slightly on the wonk. That's not a problem, we can write that when it goes in the ground in the spring. Let me get back under the umbrella, it's wet. Yeah, so this is going to go in the ground in the spring. Let me see if I can get the ticket for you. Get that off. £599. Yeah, I won't go too much on the information on that, because it says Brahea armata, then underneath it's giving you information about the Pindo palm. So yeah, not very good. Expected better than that from Urban Jungle, being specialists in tropical plants, but there you go. Yeah, so very, very happy with the purchase. Managed to get it in the car, managed to get it out the car. Quite careful, obviously, with these palms. They do have very sensitive roots, so when it comes to planting this, I have got a little sack trolley stroke sack barrow, which I can wheel it into position, at which point I will very carefully lay it down on the floor and tease the pot off, and then carefully roll it and slowly put it in place into the hole. I won't touch the roots whatsoever if I can avoid it. Yeah, I have planted a few of these in the past and never really had any issue with sort of transplant shock. Again, if you're careful, shouldn't be too much of an issue. Right, so that is my big purchase for this year. And even though we're only less than a week into the new year, we've got a big one, but that's the way it goes. Get it when it's on offer. The rain is starting to come down a bit heavier now, so I'm going to go in. I hope the audio's okay with the rain hitting the umbrella. And I thank you for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.